Hello, my name is Carolina Carbone. I am the director of the undergraduate program at the Universidad de Belgrano, and I want to introduce you Maximiliano Horner. He is a professor also in our university. Hello, Max. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. This is a beautiful day in Buenos Aires. We are still with classes, virtual classes, remote, and we are here to approximate on what we are doing to make training and teaching and learning easier within the remote, in a remote space, within a virtual space. This log garden we are working on right at the moment.
And we are, after the last year that we were teaching everything virtual, what do you learn about that experience?
It's been a roller coaster of emotions within teaching and learning and training and consulting also for our profession, for PR and communication especially. And the thing is, we had a sort of a master's degree accelerated in learning how to create rapport within our own four walls and the recipient's four walls, and trying to break this fourth wall, actually, that is the computer, and entering the other person's spaces. And it's difficult. It's been very difficult. It is very difficult, but technology is providing us with some very interesting approaches and technologies that makes things a little easier, but complicated on the way to we have a learning curve towards those new technologies. I'm speaking about virtual blackboards or whiteboards or other presentation softwares. These teleconference tools that we are using right now, the ones provided by Google, like Meet or Teams or Skype or even Zoom, that's been very popular last year and this year as well. And also the perks of working as from your own house with people around, and thanking God for these virtual backgrounds. I mean, the thing is, it's been tasking, and the tasking part sometimes is our own environment and the other people's environments, the participants' environments. I think when we are trying to breach this fourth wall that the computer is to us and to the recipients of our lessons or classes or master classes in some cases, the thing is, we need to create something that is in the DNA of PR, that is rapport, and creating rapport with a computer screen between us. It's somewhat difficult, the more difficult that is in person. We are a profession that works in person, in touch, and trying to do it contactless is somewhat more tasking. The thing is, we need to bridge that gap, and to bridge that gap, there are some pointers that we've prepared, and that makes things a little easier.
And do you think
we have to learn? Yes.
Sorry, but what is the role of the professors in that context, in that situation? What is our role?
Our role is, it's been enhanced, I think. It's been upgraded to a sort of a TV host show. We have to be a little more. It has changed. Teaching has changed in the last decades. And from standing still and delivering a lecture, we sort of became, not, I won't say comedian, but a stand-up act in which you have to engage permanently and create more and more engagement with the students, because there are a lot of new distractors in our in the classroom. This is when we were present in our classrooms with our students. Now we have all those distractors and no control about them. So we need to engage in a different way. We need to engage with participation, of course, an open conversation, using the little tools provided by these teleconferencing programs, like a chat or a forum where we can express our in a relay chat our opinions, or maybe a voting alternatives for a question. But mainly we need to create this engagement with new proposals. In some cases, gamification could be a new approach to
a good tool also, no? A good tool.
Sorry?
In a way, a good tool.
A good tool, yes. Gamification, turning things into games, it's very interesting. The thing is not applied to every single topic or subject we can deliver. The thing is, how can you make a game of maybe you can do it with school children, but in university, especially in PR, we can turn it into competition with groups and competing groups for a single campaign, or providing new campaigns and having a vote for to measure success, and establishing these success metrics to see if they can provide a new way of evaluating what is learning our students are learning. Other tools are using these blackboards. Maybe if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you can use the iPhone or the iPad as a blackboard that can be used at the same time. You can share a Chrome screen and connect the Chrome with and the tablet to the Jamboard application in Google at the same time, in the computer and on the iPad, and you can use it as a blackboard. You can write, and that is a little less colder than a PowerPoint presentation that you are sharing with the students, where the students could easily turn their camera off and wander away. That's what sometimes happens. Sometimes students record the presentation and watch it offline sometimes later. The thing is, we need to create this engagement, this possibility given by these teleconferencing tools like Zoom or Meet or Teams or whatever they are using, or these universities are using. Gives the possibility of turning it off, or leave it on while we are off. That is worse.
Sorry, yes. we have to use some other strategies then, no?
Yes, strategies are based on engagement, on seducing our audiences.
Yeah, I like to ask for help to the students. For example, I like to ask someone in the classes to be my assistant, and then he or she is going to help me to not to control, but to make that engagement with the students, with the other partners at the class. What do you think is the role of the students in that in our virtual classes?
Well, here in Argentina, we are in our third period of tele classes. We are
Video
in our third period of video classes, or third trimester could be. The thing is, it's worn down our students' attention. On the first period we had with this virtual environment, we were in lockdown, and attention levels were in an all-time high. Then it started going down. It's a down slope in the attention curve, that it's going, even now it's starting to going through a flat line. But the thing is, it's not the high we expected, or we had at the on our first period. What we know, they are more proficient with the tools, so they know all the tricks to let you think they are connected, but they are not. Asking for help to the students, or making more participants of our classes, it's a thing that will work in our favor, in everybody's favor. In a teaching environment, everybody learns, even the professor, or most of all the professors. They think as students, but it's really us who learns. The thing is, we need to make them participants. Classes must be shorter than they are in time-wise, than they are present when we are present with them at the university. But also we need to provide them with more offline work, or maybe
I agree with
offline work that requires small meetings with their own work groups. So 3 or 4 persons in a chat, or in a Zoom, that can work their papers or campaigns, or anything we ask them to provide to the class, and make it and then present it to the teacher for correction or evaluation.
or to the
yes.
whole class, the small group to the whole class. Okay.
Sometimes it works perfectly to do another kind of, instead of doing a monster class with 30 people connected to one meeting, do several meetings, prepare a campaign, and each group can meet with the professor or the lecturer to work as a consultant for the group. So we can schedule several short meetings to consult each one of the groups. I had that experience with a course I'm teaching of how to create your own consultant firm, PR consultant firm, and with real clients outside the school environment, real businesses that needs our help as PR professionals, and we provide them with, of course, without a fee, but we provide them with real campaigns to develop their PR needs and communication needs. And we meet with them via Zoom or via Meet or whatever, and I work as a consultant for the students, so they can find out what they are missing in their strategy, in their formal preparations towards their client, and of course in their theory, PR theory, or most of all, it's the last class of the whole career. So before their degree, they need to fulfill this class. So they are advanced students. So sometimes they need to reinforce some of the concepts that were learned years before and needs a little tweaking towards professional practice. And this was a very, very good experience to improve the way we use these teleconferencing tools towards the students.
And Max, what do you think about the future? The future of these students inside the labor market in 2 or 3 years after that pandemic?
I think this pandemic will end eventually. Vaccination is not ubiquitous, but it's practically advancing at a fairly good rate. In Argentina, we are having a little hiccup with that. But the thing is, it will end, especially for the younger ones. We have professors that are over 60 and over and are in the risk factor groups, and most of them will still be teaching from home or from their offices or somewhere with these platforms. Universities must prepare their classrooms for a hybrid or mixed environment when we can deliver our class physically there with a camera pointing at us. So if any student can't be present for some reason, maybe they are locked because they had a close contact, or maybe they have COVID, they won't miss their class, and we can provide them with the same education and not be left out of the group for being locked down at home. The thing is, we need to provide as teachers, as a university environment, a safe place. Safe place is not only COVID-free. Safe place is a place when you can be accountable, and you can respond to every inquiry or need the student may have about their professional practice or their professional future. And I think this digital environment is here to stay. It's new. We've learned. The return rate to the offices in the United States is with a good vaccination rate has not gone over 25%. So people are still working from home and from remote places. And this proves that we can be working. I could be at the beach at the moment. I am not, but I could be. And the thing is, I have a student that is at the beach in another country, and he uses a virtual background. And mainly is not to us to be envious of him, but the thing is, he is at the beach and not in the city locked down between buildings. And this is a very interesting approach to education. And I think universities must adapt to this, because it will be, what was before a benefit, something like an advantage, now would be an entry barrier. But the thing is, we have to learn to make the best of it, and understand these changes are here to stay. So start building a new toolbox with these new tools that help us to be better teachers within this environment and be better professionals within this environment.
And we must to learn them to use it in a professional way, because I agree with you. They were born with the PC and the internet, but not always the young people know how to use in a professional way. Do you agree with that? Yeah.
Yes, I do. The professional part is our responsibility in this equation. Sometimes I work with my own strategies to help them prepare the moment and be for that moment. For example, make yourself some coffee or tea or mate. We have it here, and or hot chocolate and some toast or something on croissant, and enjoy the class while you're having some coffee. So sometimes is staying put in front of the computer is difficult when you're not doing anything else. We need to move and to interact with some other things. So we can't be so focused on the screen that we can't do anything else. So I encourage them to prepare the moment, to make yourself some coffee, sip it while it's not bad to do something else. I do it when we are at the university as well. Bring your own mate, coffee, whatever. Be a human, not an automat machine that learns sitting down straight and like a robot. We are people who interact, and if you can do it respectfully without turning the microphone down, so I don't hear you munch or something, I think it's great. Sometimes I also provide my own coffee and do it and join them in their big breakfast. We do it in the morning, so it's big breakfast. That is the rule. Cameras on, it's very important at that moment. And of course, everyone must greet. Also, we have to make a first solid interaction with the class when we connect. A solid interaction means we have to not like this, but we have to say good morning, what are you doing, hello, so a little chit chat, and then start with the class. A few 2, 3, 4 minutes to get things started.
Yes, and asking them about their life, no?
There is a lot of anxiety in their students at the moment. What will I do? What does this relate with my career? What I was expecting for my career? This is what is this is what professionalism is. This is what I be expecting when I get out from school, when I finish these classes, these 4 years at university. What is the future coming? They have a lot of anxiety at their age per se. So we need. So now we are adding a lot of that, and it's good to be. As teachers, we are a role model, a reference sometimes, and it's good to be at some part of the class at their own level. We are all at the same level. I have anxieties too. What do I think about the world right now? Discuss current events, but we need a cohesive discussion of what's happening and what are our anxieties, our feelings, our fears toward the future. And I think that
the emotional part also, no? Not only.
Yes, especially emotional. What are you feeling? Your feelings, your emotions, and of course, without overloading. We need to cool down some of those emotions. Of course, not administrative things, not university matters, but personal for a little while, not to make it the central point of the class, but it's like how I am coming, how's my my morning.
How do you feel?
What am I bringing to this class? How this is me at the moment. It's something like that.
Yeah.
It's I've seen a movie last night. Have you seen it? Yes. No. Enough. Now class. Easily, but class.
Yeah.
But it's a way to reinforce our usage of the technology when we are so far apart. I have students in Uruguay, as I told you, they are in Punta del Este at the beach at the moment, and it's complicated. Realities are so different when we are apart. When we are at the same time present at the university, the reality is the same. Our background may be different, but what we are experiencing is the same. When we are each one at home, we have different things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
The class and the environment is different for each one of us.
Yes.
So it's very interesting to make something cohesive at the beginning, and then start things with our theme of the day or our topics or whatever.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I agree with you. We have a lot of work to do with the students. They are young. They are like as you said, they are with a lot of anxiety, and we have to support them and help them to be a good professional in this context.
I think teachers and educators in Argentina are doing a great job in providing these environments, and we are there's a big community trying to make things better and taking the most advantage we can with new technologies and new tools for our new tool case for our professional practice and for our teaching educational practice also.
And for a new world in our world.
A new world that it's going to be tasking, that's for sure.
Okay, thank you so much, Max.
Thank you.